Hi, I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. We live in a thin film of water and air wrapped around a fragile ball of rock suspended in the void. Our planet is a small and vulnerable speck in a vast, hostile, and instantly lethal universe, and unknown dangers could wipe us out without warning at any second. Okay, so that's a little overdramatic. In actual fact, Earth's biosphere has been intact for billions of years. While there have been upheavals and mass extinctions over the eons, the planet and its coating of life are still here and thriving, and that is highly unlikely to change. But just for the sake of making a video, let's consider some of the possible doomsday scenarios that could change all that. The closest one, cosmologically speaking, is a comet or massive asteroid hitting the planet and kicking up a massive dust cloud that blocks out sunlight and collapses the food chain. This has happened before. An impact in what is now Mexico wiped out the dinosaurs, along with about 75% of all species living at the time. That's not 100%. Many species survived, including the tiny mammals that became our ancestors. If that happened today, it would certainly be bad news for us, and would probably end civilization as we know it. However, we're a robust and tenacious species, and enough of us would survive to rebuild. That's assuming such an impact could happen at all. The good thing about giant space rocks is that we can see them coming, hopefully with enough warning to do something about them. We could do a better job looking for them. If you're genuinely concerned about this, I would recommend contacting your government representative, whatever that is for you in your country, and tell them you support investing in your country's space agency to monitor for Earth impacting objects. Our sun could do us in as well. As a small to middling-sized star, the sun is fated to swell up to a red giant towards the end of its life and engulf everything out to about where we are now, baking the Earth to a cinder. This will not be a good day for us. However, it's not predicted to happen for another 5 billion years. This is a really long time, longer than the Earth has existed as a ball of rock. We have way more immediate threats to deal with. We can't get lawmakers to worry about a crisis that's going to happen in 12 years. 5 billion isn't worth fretting over. Further out, we have the prospect of a nearby star exploding and bathing us in lethal radiation. We're currently sitting right next to a star that's bathing us in lethal radiation, but our atmosphere and magnetic field protect us from the worst of it. The concern here is that the incoming radiation would be so intense, it would overwhelm those protections. That amount of radiation could be produced by a supernova, which is what happens when a ridiculously huge star collapses and dies. Astronomers estimate that about 50 light years is the minimum safe distance between us and a supernova. And there are no stars within that range that could become supernovae. Anytime you hear astronomers describing the effects of exploding stars on our planet, it's purely hypothetical, because there are no stars close enough to hurt us. We're going to be okay. Further out still, there's the impending collision of our galaxy with Andromeda. This is predicted to occur over 3 billion years from now, billion with a B. By that time, we'll either be extinct or have transcended into immortal energy beings unconcerned with such petty cosmic events. Even if we were somehow still around, we'd be fine. It wouldn't be a collision so much as a blending. True, the two galaxies contain hundreds and hundreds of billions of stars between them, but with vast amounts of empty space between each star. The odds of individual stars colliding are vanishingly rare. We're going to be okay. Finally, there's the heat death of the universe. This describes a universe where everything that could happen has happened, and everything has reached its minimum energy state. There's no impetus, there's no oomph to make anything else happen, because there are no concentrations of energy to serve as a source of persuasion to make it happen. This is strictly theoretical, and for now, the universe is nowhere near reaching this state. Estimates of how long it will take are so unfathomably vast, I don't have the vocabulary to translate it into a meaningful number. Previously, I've talked about timescales of billions of years. This is many, 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 many times longer than that. Longer than the universe has already existed. We're going to be okay. That's Cosmic Doom. It's a series of increasingly unlikely scenarios on timescales that vastly exceed the lifespan of human civilization. It's much more likely that we'll do ourselves in long before one of these threats can come to pass. If we can control climate change, a threat of our own making, then we can worry about giant space rocks. Everything else is so far in the future, it isn't worth being concerned with. Thanks for watching. I've been Steve.